There's going to be a request video for Wallabah model railway. If I don't pronounce your channel name, copy up for pronouncing the channel name. So I'm going to show a mod. It's my Sydney V-set model, how I got to run on my track, because originally these kept on coming off, so the swivel wasn't. I've got to put this one back, put the screws back in this one. I had no screws for a while. This one I've actually had a magnet, so I've got a magnet system on my railway. I will not explain what I did to, because that is a pretty difficult project to understand what I did with my trains. I've probably trying to research in the train thing. I won't explain too much. What activates the signals back to stop when the train goes past the signal. It's not a simple thing to do, so I'm not going to explain that, because I know a lot of people are going to get confused by it. And what I've done with this one, I think I made it on the motor, on the dummy coaches. You can see here, there used to be something glued on here, on the prong there, and on this side. There was 4 things on this thing, and there used to be one thing right here as well. Because what happened, the thing used to contact the wheel and only go that far, and then you see it never go that far. But I modified a lot of these to make it doesn't look like it's been modded, but I've actually modified a couple by cutting a bit, sanding a bit of this down here on all the bogies, and moving some details here to make it go around certain curves on the layout. I did some with this car as well on this one. Used to be a massive, like I think it was an air tank detail, used to be on this one, and right there. And I think this one I've modified as well, if it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. On this bogie, it had some things sticking out up here. Well, I trimmed back on the bogie. You might be able to see there's still stuff sticking out. I've actually been, I trimmed a bit down from this, because it used to be used to stick quite out and not let the swivel go too far. It gets under the back screen, as you can see. I've actually trimmed a bit of this details back, so it would make a bit of a swivel, because it only used to go a certain length, that far only, and then get stuck, and it wouldn't get, it would jump off the track. So I modified this bogie. You see how this is on one of these, how this is rounded right here, like a rounded, not rounded, but that type of details, that shape. And on this one, it's been trimmed back. Because when I used to have this running, it used to like catch, and then it used to never turn really fun. It used to like rip itself. So with this mod, you have to go around tighter curves and thing. I don't recommend doing this if your V-sets run fine on the layout. If it runs actually fine on all your curves, you don't have to modify these. If you have sharp curves like I do, it's either 2 ways to do thinner curves, less tighter curves, or modify the trains like I did. So I trimmed this bit down, and I trimmed this end down here on this side as well. I think I did on the... No, I did do it on the front, but I did on this one, because this bogies jump off all the time. And I moved a few tiny bits of details on this coach here. And here needs to be little fuel tanks. Not fuel tanks, these are electric, like air tanks for the brake system. Did some of this one, I'm not going to explain too much, I did some of this one. And I'm pretty sure I modified this as well. I'm pretty sure I did, but I can't remember if I did. But this one is missing the detail that fell off. I haven't put it back on yet. But also with my V-set, I mentioned this in the last video. I think I can get it on the video this time, so I'm in the bottom room. I've got proper looking V-set style realistic couples on the front. And these knuckles actually do open. I haven't got the magnet style to tip the tray upside down to release the knuckle. The knuckle opens. I will tell you where I get these from. You can't buy them locally in Melbourne or any type of place in Victoria. You have to get them off the internet. Sergeant Engineering, couplings.com, and all them. They do a certain range. The ones I've got, kind of one I've got, but they come. You can get a starter pack. Well, I think about 5 couplings, then you get a 100 pack. What comes with ball bearings, and we have that, and they don't come looking like that. They come in 3 parts: the knuckle, the top, and the base, the coupling, and you have to put a ball bearing in and put them together and use super glue. I think it took me to do my whole railway of these couplings. I think it took me about 3 hours to do all the about 100 couplings. It took me about 3 hours to do because I got about 50 locos. and I'll do 100 of them for my locos. And on my Pacific National grain, on my VHF hoppers I have, it takes about 8 couplings, but only on the end of the sets. Like I've always set them up as forecasters at the end of each set. Like the same as the V's, I've got started coupling here, then the regular KD style there, KD there, same on that side, same there, same on there, same there, and then there's a sergeant engineer coupling on the back. I've got that set up like that so I can couple up anything. Even if you have another V set with the knuckle couplers, you probably could. I'm trying to have got a second set. You probably could couple like this, like the realistic, like you get a couple like that as well. But I'd think because it goes short, you wouldn't be able to get around the tight curve. Oh, you could. You could like do it like that and go around a tight curve easily. You can have like 2 V sets coupled and it'll give you a realistic effect of a V set. And then the way it unlocks these couplings, you have to get them off. You have a magnet, you touch a magnet on the coupling, and it's like when the locomotive driver on an N class pulls the pin, and you just ease it, like bump, like just when you're uncoupling, driver of the N class will just ease it tie forward, they'll pull the pin, and then they'll just roll backwards and uncouple. I don't have the original magnet. You have to buy the magnet separate, but I don't have the original one in my book, but I do made a homemade one with a toothpick. No, not a toothpick, a barbecue screw and a magnet glued to the end. So this a video explaining what I did to the V's. It's for whatever the, I'm not going to pronounce it, I'm going to pronounce it, but this is for this channel right here. That's in the video.